I am SimmerRue, and welcome to my channel. So, first off, please ignore the bags. I am sick. No amount of concealer can hide this, unfortunately. So, yeah, with that being said, today we are renovating the Goth manor. So, this is the manor in question. This lot is also built on Ophelia's secret or something like that, which is absolutely insane. It's like the princess's lot, and it's not even called after the Goth family. Yeah, one of the many reasons why I absolutely hate this house. That and the fact that you cannot put a proper roof on this place because she absolutely hates you. So actually renovating this place is just a no. It's a no for now. Maybe one day I will turn her into a beautiful modern house, which is what I always love to do. But just look at this backyard. Just look at plain and boring this is. I mean, there's literally nothing. Nothing. They could have given Alexander like a little toy or something. At least put like a fence around this garden. I don't know. I have questions. Now, let's go and look at the inside. This is poor little Alexander's room. It's big. I'll give him that, but it is very ugly. There's a lot of blue. Blue is kind of his theme. We don't do that. No, it's not a vibe. This is also the upper floor plan. This is the second floor. I mean, look at this bedroom. Absolutely disgusting. This is the main bedroom. I hate it. I honestly absolutely hate it. I hate the color scheme. I hate this bedding. The bathroom is kind of okay. It's a bathroom, but it could have been better. This curtain here, unnecessary. Let's look at Cassandra's room. Absolute nightmare. We do keep the purple theme, but that's about it. Like, honestly, why would she have a bust of, like, the princess in her room? I don't know. Because the lot is named after her? I don't think so. I just don't. This room is absolutely massive. Ours is a little bit smaller. And then, of course, this... I'm not even gonna say anything about this. Like, I'm really just not. And then we have this dining room. This isn't that bad. I don't know who came up with the color choices, but this is one of the better areas in this house. And then, of course, the iconic blue chair. For some reason. There's only 3 chairs, and this one isn't even connected to this table. I really feel like this was an accident, and it was just placed there. And, yeah, nobody noticed. Nobody noticed. Nobody, gave a fuck to care. Also, why didn't they just connect these two? I don't know. I just don't know. And then, of course... the living space. I left the best for last because this thing is obviously so centered. I mean, look at how centered everything is. Just look at the symmetry. I can't. I honestly cannot. So, yeah, now that I've babbled for like 5 minutes straight, let's jump into this video. We start off by just bulldozing this lot completely. I had a general idea of what I wanted, especially when it came to the front of the house, but that's about it. The rest of the build is literally me just playing around, trying to figure out the floor plan, seeing where stairs work and where they don't, and in the end, it all came out, in my opinion, quite nicely. There are some changes that I wish I could have, done a little bit better. Like Cassandra's bedroom, it's a lot smaller than her original bedroom. All in all, it isn't such a big deal. I really wanted a, like, butler's quarters, so Cassandra's bedroom had to just become small. And I also didn't want the bedroom to be downstairs. I wanted this massive bump out to be the living area. This entire floor plan kind of changes at back. You will see as we keep on going. This staircase that I'm creating here, this is for the butler. That big area that is the living room now, that was supposed to be the kitchen, but things... I needed to swap certain things around in order for the floor plan to work, especially here and when we get to the roofing, because I have to move the bump out around again. Yeah, there's a lot of small little changes that still has to happen. Now, getting the downstairs floor plan, if that was like an issue, the upstairs was like it was kind of a nightmare, especially getting the third staircase that had to go up to Alexander's bedroom. That figuring out where I want that to be, making sure that there's still enough space for the rooms, me kind of being like, now Cassandra's room is small because the stairs has to be there, and also we have the butler's quarters. So yeah, there was a lot of internal fighting. The main bedroom is the other massive bump out that we have, but on the upstairs, and that changes a lot as well. We kind of change how the bathrooms work, where the bathroom's layout is. I add an extra bedroom as well. So yeah, there's a lot of changes that still needs to come to the floor plan, but I decided to just go in with the roofing. I selected advanced roof tools so that I can just bend the roof more accurately in the way that I want it to be. And then we just add some wall trim and of course some roofing details as well. Now, it's with this roofing, the rest of the main house, that I realized that I had to change where that big bump out is, especially with the way that I made my roofs. I'm using the... what is that word? The octagonal? I think it's called octagonal. But yeah, I'm using that roof by the bump outs, and if I if I put a rim around it, like let the edges come out, it sticks out. So nightmare fuel. Here you see that I am starting to change the floor plan. I put this little bump out. For some reason, I deleted like immediately after, and then I have to go back and draw it back in again. I guess I thought to myself I could make this work, even though deep down I knew I couldn't make it work. It was never gonna work. We have that, you see, it like, we had bump outs on the sides. It wasn't a vibe. I didn't like the way that it blended in with the roof. So off camera, I kind of moved that entire thing. The entire, yeah, I moved that, what am I saying? I have moved that entire bump out. The little cut that we just had there, that is when all of, well, it's around about when all of the changes are going to come. I had to change the downstairs layout as well. It isn't too much, so yeah, but it did take me a while, so that is why it happens off camera. I do apologize about that. And also, this video is really long. I think it's like the recording itself is 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm also fine with some small things just being cut. Now, placing this balcony here, I also realized that, where my butler quarters are, that's kind of where the upstairs balcony is. So then I got concerned because of windows, but we make it work. I don't change anything more because I really, really, really wanted that staircase there. I wanted the butler quarters. The original family in base game, obviously they don't have butlers because butlers, they were introduced in a stuff pack. I almost said kit because stuff packs just don't exist anymore. I think it was a stuff pack. Maybe it was a game. Now I am confused. I think it was the luxury. Yeah, I think it was a stuff bag. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. I do apologize. But butlers, point being, they came in separate. You have to buy butlers, just like basically everything else in The Sims 4. But okay, that is a different tangent. And in many ways, I'm actually happy for that. Like with werewolves and vampires, because they are so fledged out. But then again, I do feel like horses shouldn't have been an expansion pack, especially after everything that we've just seen. It feels like they literally just giving us horseplay. Like, that's it. I'm kind of a little bit disappointed. But yeah, and then let's not get into that. I might make a different video on that, or I will talk a little bit more about that when I do my Sims 3 ranch video, which will be up next week. Now, here with the roof tools, you will see that I am using the tool mod. This move, the move object in the tool mod is so easy. You literally just have to click on it. It gives you like a bunch of digits and things that you can put in. I don't know how that works because that has never worked for me. I don't know if my mathematical brain is just too stupid, which is a very, very likely thing to be. But you can literally just click on it and click where you want the thing to go, and it like goes there. It's literally the easiest thing in the world. Just make sure it's not another object, because then obviously it's not going to work, because then it selects that object, which is kind of irritating, but it's fine. And now that I look at here, I have a list that I made because of all the windows and the doors. I will also have my list appear on the screen for you to read. But yes, we need more medium doors. Sims team, please, if you are watching, which you probably aren't, but maybe one day. Maybe one day. So yeah, please, we need medium doors. We need more windows and archways. Like, we have no archways. For some reason, also, the normal plain archway, which is like a square, is not available in medium wall heights. Like, what is this? What is this? Why is that a thing? So yeah, we need a kit with windows and doors, preferably separate, please, because otherwise it's going to be very limited. I want a door kit, and I want a window kit. I know a lot of you are probably screaming because of all of the money, but this is how The Sims 4 works. We might as well just adapt and accept. So yeah, I want more medium and large curtains, please. The most frustrating thing is me seeing a curtain and I cannot place it. After, obviously, I was editing, I realized I can use the tool mod. But I don't really want to use the tool mod for everything. It's really frustrating for people who don't have said tool mod and downloading house and then wanting to move things around. I'm so sorry, but it does look really good. But yeah, we need more curtains, more curtains. I do not want to use these sheer curtains all the time. Like, it's so samey. And then I would also like large tables, please. We are not there yet in the speed build, but large tables is a must. I would like a big square table where we can seat like 12 to 16 people even. Thank you, Sims team. 16 people is a lot, but 12 at least, please. Like, I'm sure it could happen. Even just 10. I just want a large square table. And then wardrobes. We need more wardrobes. That is my list for now. It might grow with other videos as we progress. But yeah, for now, that is my list. And I would really be so ecstatic if that could happen. Thank you. So yeah, look at this living area. She's coming around really nicely. I forgot to mention that this build was kind of requested by one of my subscribers. They really wanted a Gothic style home that is black and red. And who better than the Goths? I mean, come on, it's like a given. So yeah, I do use a lot of black and red going into this build. not everything is black and red. This isn't a color challenge, but I might do that. I might do that. I don't know. So yeah, here we go. And I just create this little reading nook. Mortimer is like a jack of all trades type of a person. So he really wants to like do know everything. I think it's called like a Renaissance sim, if I'm not mistaken. So he wants to like do everything with the arts, be it like writing skill and music and all kinds of things. So I add that little diary that does affect your writing skill. We do also have laptops and computers all over the place. So never fear, there are more options. And then there's like a lot of musical rooms or musical instruments. I add the organ. As you can see, this is the little organ room. This also came with the vampires pack, but I feel like it is just so perfect for the Goth family. I like to imagine that the Goths are like, well, in my personal gameplay, they're always vampires. Alexander is a werewolf, he's the odd one out. Shame. I have just never seen, since The Sims 2, Alexander has never been a vampire in my eyes. He's always been a little werewolf. I don't know why. So let's not ponder upon that. It just is what it is. Alexander is werewolf, and the rest of the family, they're vampires. Also, Alexander writes a book about his family in The Sims 3. I completely forgot. I've been playing The Sims 3 like religiously. It's insane. It's so laggy though, but I am having so much fun. I haven't been like let's playing as much as what I have with The Sims 3 the last couple of like years actually, and I forgot how fun it is. It's just once it becomes laggy and then you just can't anymore, so you have to put it away, which is really sad. Especially me playing with Isle Paradisa. She's a beautiful thing. She's a beautiful thing. But she's a laggy. She's so laggy. But she's amazing. It is honestly one of the best expansion packs that The Sims has ever given anyone ever. That and my personal opinion, Into the Future. I know a lot of people don't like it. I love it. She's beautiful. So yeah, here's the lodge table that I would want. Please. Please. I'm so sick and tired of having to push two tables together because you can see. You can see the line in the middle. But it's fine. The Goths love to like wine and dine. It's even in the trailer. When they did like this house building thing, or like while they were promoting The Sims, we got like a lot of goth content. That was the way that they were selling us. That's how they sold me, because I am a sucker for the goths. I've always been since this, like the Sims 1 days. Little Cassandra goth with her little glasses. It's just the cutest thing ever. Yeah, now we're moving over to the kitchen. As you can see, the kitchen and everything moved to the opposite side of the house than what it originally was planned to be. We needed a fireplace in the kitchen. I feel sorry for the butler. I feel like it gets really cold and they spend a lot of time here, and this tiling does not look very welcoming. So yeah, we just add a beautiful fireplace. We go ahead and we just add a bunch of random things on the table. Make this place just look like it is being used, and we love it. I add a lot of like of these crockery pots. Absolutely stunning. I want one in for real world. I mean, you can just take it from the stove and pop it in the oven, but they are so expensive. That is what I am going to buy myself when I am a grown-ass person one day. And I can buy these things. Even though I can buy it now, I still... not there yet. I'm not at that point of adulthood yet, where I prioritize crockery? Is that what it's called? Let's just say yes and move on. Now we go into the bedroom. This is the one of the only places in the room where I don't in the house where I do not use red wallpaper. This in Cassandra's room. This room has black wallpaper. Cassandra's room is obviously purple because I wanted to keep that purple. Her room was purple originally, and Cassandra just screams purple. I don't know. She just does. And this curtains matches beautifully. This beautiful maroon sheer curtains. And they are medium wall height, which is what we love and want to see. And not just medium and wall height curtains, we need broader curtains as well. I would like more of like the sheer type of curtains that we use downstairs, but them not being sheer, but as buildable and reusable as what they are, and you can make them as long as what you want. You can just keep on adding. It's absolutely stunning. This is what we want to see. This is the tiny little walk-in closet. I didn't want to go in with Dream Home Decorator and physically build a closet. The type of home that this is, it just doesn't really make sense, even though I do have built-in closets in Cassandra's room and the butler's room, but their rooms are small. Okay, that's a different story. But yeah, a house like this, I feel like they won't necessarily have a lot of built-in closets unless you actually go in and do it yourself. Which, surprise, surprise, I feel like they don't want to. They love the old style. It just screams Bella Goth. Now, this bathroom is just so extravagant. I have never used that bath before. I always try to. And those zincs, I honestly don't think I've ever used those zincs. But I have used the toilet. I just can't remember when. But I really needed to use that bath. And where else to use it but in this build? And that color is just so beautiful. It honestly looks like everything was just carved out of stone. Here we're going over to Cassandra's bedroom. This is what I meant with Cassandra's bedroom is a lot smaller. But I do feel like it is a lot more cozier than her original bedroom. She also has a lot more things in this bedroom, which, you know, you go, Glencogo. And here you also see that I finally, I think this is literally the first time ever where I get to use those corner couches. I always try to, but I just never, I was just never able. Otherwise, they don't match in the house, or it just looks weird. So yeah, we had to go ahead and we had to use it. It is absolutely stunning. We love to see. And it just worked so beautifully. And this is the butler's room. The butler has a lot of expensive things, like that portrait, and that rug, and this couch, and a lot of the same, like, like that chandelier and things, and then this beautiful curtains. I feel like Bella and them throughout the years, well, Mortimer's parents, they weren't very vigilant, but they do like a certain style. And this butler has been stealing things throughout the years, and then they just basically replace it. And they just think it's ghosts or something, because it's The Sims and they are ghosts, and they don't know how ghosts work. Hopefully. I don't know. That was just the story that I had in my head, okay? The butler keeps on stealing the furniture, which is why he has fancy furniture. And nobody ever goes to his room, so they don't know. They just don't know. And also, is the butler human? Is the butler a ghoul? Is it a vampire? We don't know. We don't know. The butler is just a thief. That is the only thing that we do know. But yeah, this is little Alexander's room. It is so cute. Also looks very cozy, very comfy. It's a lot better than his original loft room, which I really didn't like. I also don't really like the flat roof that they had, the Goths, before. All in all, this is a lot better. I love the round window. It is absolutely everything. And this little spot here was very empty and boring. So I just go ahead and I make it like a chalkboard wall. And I like to pretend that Alexander just went in and like crazy and he's like drawing and also very artistic. So yeah, that was the story that I was going for. And then of course we need to decorate the hallway. This is very important. Hallways, I feel like, is quite neglected. I had to lift the chair up again, I'm sorry. So yeah, hallways, I feel like they are so neglected, so neglected. And it's due to me. I tend to just place like a portrait or something in here. So I do try, I put like a chair, we have a plant, we have some paintings. I do like that we have a lot of like skinny hallway type of situations. It does lend itself quite well to the type of build that this is. Of course, I have done the Goth family home before. I tend to put them on like a big lot, which I will link that part 3 playlist up here if you have not seen it. It is an absolutely stunning home. It's honestly like worth the watch, even though it was in the beginning of my YouTube channel. So please, let's let's be forgiving. We have come a long way in this less than a year that I've been on here, and I would just like to thank you all again. Thank you so much, you all. Just absolutely amazing. But yeah, now this is the outside. I also tried to like mimic the way that the outside was with like the brick. We don't have a lot of gardening, but it does look a little bit more formal, and also we have a pool. This house just needs a pool, but with base game, there were no pools. So, yeah, that's why Windenburg and those places, they just don't have... Windenburg? Why did I say Windenburg? Which is why... Now I just want to say Sunset Valley. This is why the base game world, which I cannot remember now, does not have pools, because there were no pools, and I'm very sorry for this. It's The Sims 3. I just blame The Sims 3 because I'm playing not in Sunset Valley, but I keep on seeing it like constantly. so, so yeah, my brain is all Sims 3, okay. And then this ivy that I placed, it was sticking through the wall, so I had to go in and place some bookshelves. Even though I do go back and I remove this ivy that we have on the centerpiece, I didn't really like it. It was a bit much, so we only have the ivy growing on the side of the house, but I couldn't really completely remove it because I do keep the ivy that is in front of this window, and I felt bad because I already removed changing the floor plan a little bit. Now, going further with the landscaping, I wanted the landscaping to be very formal. So we have these rose bushes. And then I go in with just some yellow bushes. I do make them a little bit smaller with the toolbot. Again, thank you, toolbot, for giving me so much control over my builds. It is amazing. I truly feel like I have control over what I'm doing. And it's just great. It's like the move objects tool all over again when they released that as well, because the game didn't release with it. Surprise, surprise. So yeah, but most Sims games don't release with cheats. It's usually just like motherload. But anyway, I digress. Here we just add some extra bushes. We go ahead and we just make this entire place blend into the world. She's looking absolutely stunning. I do change like the borders around the garden because they just felt a little bit flat, especially with this build. So we go in with like the same detail. Here we go with the fencing that we used on the roof. It also just adds to that continuity. It makes everything just feel cohesive, and again, it just matches this build. But we had to go in and we had to make the bushes just a little bit smaller again to make them fit. And what is the Goth family without their pool table? Pool table? Chessboard table. So we add a chessboard. We add this post office mail thingy. I don't know what's happening to my English. My brain is super Afrikaans. English is not my first language. I feel like I constantly have to remind people about this. Just please don't hate me, okay, for not remembering certain words. And then, yeah, we just add some music because the Goth family, they love their music. But let's jump into the game and I can show you around. Here we are back in the game and I absolutely love my house. I really feel like she's a lot better than the original Goth manor. And that's good enough for me. So yeah, there we have Bella playing some chess out on the patio. This is one of the revamps that I feel like they did really good, unless you age up Alexander and then you realize that they actually didn't. But Bella looks really good, and I also like Mortimer Goth. The Calientes, Katrina, that's the problem. That's all that I'm gonna say. But yeah, so here we have Cassandra in the little pool. This backyard looks so much better. It's not as bland. It's not as boring as the OG. And then also just this little area. As you can see, it really doesn't look bad. The fact that there's no window here and the butler's quarters over there, it also makes this entire patio very private. I don't know why my floor trim disappeared, but I would have to put that back. This game sometimes. And then, yeah, here we have little Alexander's room looking so cute. I love this little play area. And then, of course, just this chalkboard. And then this is our second floor plan. Here is the stairs going up to Alexander's room. Here is Cassandra Goth's bedroom. Mortimer is on her PC. I would have to assign their beds. And then, of course, this beautiful little sitting area. The butler's quarters. I never showed me doing the bathrooms because it's just like plain black bathrooms. So I only showed me doing the main bathroom. This bathroom here is also probably one of my favorites. So we have this little sitting area. I used the bathtub from Vampires. And then, of course, just the sinks and a toilet with some sconces. Nothing special. We also just have an extra wardrobe. And then, of course, the main bedroom with piano so that Mortimer can live his best life. Here we have their bathroom. Stunning. I would never leave this bath. I mean, just look at this view. You look out over the pond. Stunning. It is absolutely, absolutely stunning, honestly. And then going down to our ground floor. Our ground floor. Here we have our downstairs bathroom. I added an extra shower. We have a little sitting spot. This is our main living area. There's no TV in this house. And that's fine. The Goths don't look like TV type of people. And then over here we have this little reading nook. This is the organ room, and then of course just our dining area that leads into the new kitchen with no random blue stools. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I don't feel well, so I'm gonna jump into bed. So with that being said, bye bye.